So have you ever had one of those moments to where your build is getting better, your damage is improving, you're farming the right things, and somehow you still feel like progress is slowed down? You're thinking about damage, survivability, farming, upgrades, YouTube videos coming out. And if that's where you're at right now, you're probably not doing anything wrong. Mid-game just feels a little different, and I'll explain why. So we're going to be starting with the Abyss boss monster. We'll use the Defiler in this example. So the Abyss boss is a good indicator of where you should be at, who you should be farming, what you should be farming, and all that. If you go into the Abyss boss's information, you'll see his overall HP, what he's weak against. He's weak against burst at this moment. He's weak against electricity. And if we use that as a key point, we're gonna go with a Nez for this example. She's an electric character. She's got a bunch of reworks and some buffs, and they gave her the E-Buster. It's a burst type weapon that is electrical or can be electrical. Very hinted at electrical. It works with Inez. So let's go to another weapon that I don't own, known as the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind, this time it is a chill weapon, but it is a burst weapon nonetheless. So another burst weapon. There's a burst weapon that we have gotten in the game way earlier that no one really seemed to use, and that is the Executioner. It's also a burst weapon with an affinity for electricity and to do electrical things. If we're talking about external components and stacking them up together, you can use the ones that I'm using, but the external components, they're going to be a key indicator of where you're getting at with your build, along with the reactor. The reactor that I like to use is skill, crit hit rate, and damage. Now, if your Nez build isn't quite there like mine's shit right now. If you're like mine, you can go to anybody publicly in the social menu, look at their Nez build if they have a Nez on, and you can actually save their build and look at it. And then when you go into your character, you can go around and click on some things and pick that person's build out specifically so that you can get to where you need to be with that build. Now, crystallization catalysts are going to be the key point here. You're going to need about 20 of these things. They're going to be 10 for your weapon, 10 for the other character. And then you're going to need one of these Axiom Refinery crystals, and you need one of those, which is a hodgepodge of fucking materials that you get, and they're kind of hard to get. They're very annoying to get, and you need 100 of these fucking things in order to get one of these damn balls that takes like 2 minutes to craft. So I don't think the math is mathing here. That should be down to 50. So you're going to be journeying to the Axiom Plains, the barren wasteland of where your time is going to get sunk into, and you're going to see people occasionally fighting the wall crasher. And this is to get some materials that they don't own, or just to say, hey, I'll kill the wall crasher and get some things. But nonetheless, Axiom Plains is where you're going to be finding most or all of these materials, because you can't get them anywhere else. So what's the plan here? The plan is to build the right character. The plan is to also chase the relevant weapon that is applicable to the current season, and build that character until you make them useful. So the next time that this thing comes around, your character's already at end game and you're not building towards end game. So hopefully this video found you helpful. I don't know what that means, but hopefully this video helped you out on pointing you in the right direction of not comparing yourself to Honorary Biscuit or to low budget gaming or anything like that. All those guys put you at a baseline of what your character should be doing and how you should play your character, but never let them dictate the way that you are going to overall play your character. The key point of that is to acknowledge that they are doing something right and you are obviously probably doing something wrong with how your character is working and how everything works together with that. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be the character going into an onslaught or into the wall crasher or going into some type of mission and being that character that is always down because you thought you knew better. So hopefully this video helped you. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.